We're not a rainbow nation in the sense that there's still lots of underlying tension. We haven't resolved the issues that were there before 1994, and people are still sitting in a situation of poverty. There's still injustice, and it's going to raise its head somewhere. I think there's also just a complete lack of understanding about why foreigners are here. So it's a combination of ignorance and that, finding a scapegoat. Your neighbor who happens to have stuff, who happens to be of a different nationality to you, is an easy target. And when he does have a job and he is earning income, it makes him an even more lucrative target. That sentiment against foreigners is in a way enhanced by the fact that the reality is that there are foreigners that are getting jobs over and above South Africans. I've spoken to employers and asked them, why are all your staff, from Malawi or Zimbabwe or the DRC? And overwhelmingly, they'll say they prefer to employ foreigners because they've got a much harder work ethic. They're diligent, they arrive on time. And I think that they get away with paying them a lower wage. And when a black South African says the foreigners are taking my job, it's not a completely inaccurate statement. And you've got to feel for someone who, as you say, lives in a country with a 45% unemployment rate. And when they see their neighbour who's a foreign migrant who arrived in this country with nothing, people cross the border, they come here with nothing. And they work in a network, and they manage to get to a stage where they have got things in their house, and they are renting a house, and they are doing well. People are going to have to integrate back into communities at some time. They can't stay in those camps forever. But you have to make this situation where they're going back to safe. And the answer is not, as some people think, for everybody to just move into so-called safe areas, which are areas perceived to be white or even coloured. Those are perceived safe areas. Because then again, we're setting up another apartheid. We're setting up another system where there's some areas where people can't live in, which, we can't have a situation like that. So for me, the answer is around education and assimilating people back into communities, but in a way where their economic security, and you could look at innovative ways of doing it, getting a local family to partner with a foreign family. And a lot of the foreigners have got business skills. They've got, a lot of them are skilled. They can't get employment because they haven't got regularized papers. Share skills transfer, people working together to set up shops together. There's different ways that you can get foreigners back into communities in a way where they're going to be safe and have an economically viable future.